Greetings.
Sorry.
Oh, that's the best intro we ever had. Welcome to Thought Sprinkles.
I missed you.
We are not cutting that out.
I am in a good mood today, folks.
All right. This is Seth and Caleb. Leslie's still not here. Of the Thought Sprinkles.
Yes.
And, yeah.
What up, y'all?
I think we're too loud. But
Um,
I think we're gonna have to.
that's all right. We can fix that in post.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since our last
So
one.
long that our Halloween episode is late.
Yeah, so we had this is episode 7. We had we recorded episode 6 like at the beginning of October. Hopefully it'll be released today. Probably. I don't. Times got busy, I think.
Yes.
I don't know. It's hard to have a full-time job and also do a podcast because unfortunately we can't do this full-time.
No, we're not there yet.
Maybe one day. That'd be epic.
Your brother has told me that he's eagerly waiting for that 15th subscriber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have 14 subscribers as it stands, I think.
Mm-hmm. Unless we checked.
Yes. Now, last time I did check, though, that was like a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute since I checked. That's what all the cool kids are saying now. It's been a quick minute.
Mm-hmm. But yes, Halloween has come and gone, and Sonic's been redesigned.
Yes, Sonic has been redesigned.
And he looks okay.
Looks very good.
Mm-hmm.
You do not look.
I mean, of course, he is one of the most cartoony video game characters of all time. So
True. Mm-hmm. He's also incredibly iconic.
Mm-hmm. But this new design is something that you want to look at again. I found.
Yeah, it does cater to the fan voice.
Because the last one they did, I think they were trying to channel Rocket Raccoon, but that's not the character to channel for Sonic.
No. Plus, their characters aren't even that similar. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. But Sonic the Hedgehog is not a raccoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They redesigned him. It looks good.
Mm-hmm. It looks okay. Also, I just hope they rewrite some of the. It's probably too late to rewrite anything now, but
Probably.
maybe some of the more cringeworthy jokes can be either edited out or something.
I don't know. I know that movie's gonna be cheesy as heck.
Maximum cheese.
Big old cheese. Just a fat cheese.
Best case scenario, it's gonna end up like Detective Pikachu was, which was. It was okay.
I actually still haven't seen Detective Pikachu.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's pretty okay. I mean, it definitely fits within the Poke formula.
Sure.
I mean, I can't judge since I haven't seen anything else.
I love me some Pokemon. We let's talk about Peter's real quick.
Right. Yeah, we went to Peter's today.
Yes.
For
Peter's
lunch.
Drive-In.
The drive-in you can't drive by.
That's their slogan.
Yes, it is.
For those of you who don't know, Peter's. Can you quickly look up if there's more than one Peter's?
Hold on.
I just want to get my facts straight before I say what
Siri, where are other Peter's locations?
Okay, here's what I found.
Hold on.
You're gonna have to do a Google search. Yeah.
Hold on. Oh boy. Okay. Peter's Drive-In locations. Apparently there's going to be one in Edmonton. So that makes 2 of them.
But currently, there's only one.
Yeah,
Okay.
as far as we know.
Good. Hey, Seth.
Mm-hmm.
How's that Peter's milkshake?
It is still, well, it's melting a little bit, but it's good. It's lovely.
Lovely. What flavor did you get?
Oreo, and you?
I got orange and vanilla. So it's like an orange creamsicle, and it's amazing. For those of you who don't know, Peter's Drive-In is as it stands, a one-of-a-kind fast food joint here in Calgary, Alberta. If you're ever in Calgary, you have to try Peter's. They got loads of milkshake flavors. They got good burgers, decent fries. But mostly the atmosphere is amazing. Getting into the Peter's parking lot is slightly tricky.
Yeah, you have to drive
You have to go
past it.
past Peter's, and then you're going to take a left, and then a left again, because where you turn left, it's a dead end. So it gets very confusing. But if you go to the end of the dead end, and then turn left into the alley, then you can take the alley all the way down into the parking lot of Peter's. It's very confusing, but it's worth the confusion.
Yeah.
Every time. I love Peter's. It is slightly pricey, mostly because it is like there's only one Peter's Drive-In in the entire world right now.
It's like Highlander. There can be only one!
Yes. So good. I love
like-
Peter's.
If any of you people have ever seen The Founder with Michael Keaton, then you know about McDonald's history, how it started off as one location. I like it. When I look at Peter's, I think of what McDonald's would have turned into if it hadn't become a chain.
I kind of see what you're getting at. I mean, here's the thing. Peter's burger is nothing like a McDonald's burger.
No, sir.
There's something about it that's just different and special.
Yeah. I think it's one of those restaurants that has their like special sauce. Secret ingredient. So McDonald's does have milkshakes, but they don't have so many flavors.
Yeah, I think Peter's has like, how many different flavors does Peter's have?
I'm gonna estimate like. I'm trying to do math in my head.
How's that working? I think you should just look it up.
6.
They have so many different flavors.
Say about more than 18
They
flavors.
definitely have like, I want to say close to 30.
That's not including all combinations.
Oh yeah, because you can combine up to 3 flavors per milkshake. So that the amount of combinations that you can create is huge. There's like over 4,000 different kinds of flavors that you can make. I usually try to keep it pretty basic, but you could make some pretty gross ones.
Yeah.
Like licorice mocha,
Or cherry coffee.
cherry coffee.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, lime and coconut.
A lime coconut.
Actually, that doesn't sound horrible.
Yeah. It's just that flavors that are on the opposite ends of the spectrum of flavor that don't
Like
mix.
a coffee and lime flavor would not mix well. Coffee
think-
is bitter.
I think citrusy and bitter at the same time. And on that note, you in school we're all taught the 4 basic base flavors. Like you got sweet, sour, salty, and bitter.
Right. Oh, now 5 with umami.
Okay, so can only think of one food that combines both sweet and salty, and I think that's caramel. Salted caramel, anyway, because caramel is just melted sugar.
True.
If it's salted, it's got melted salt in it.
Salt pulls out the flavor of the sugar as well, which is I love me some salted caramel. It's so good. Yeah. Speaking of restaurants and fast food, this has nothing to do with fast food. Have you ever been to Insadong?
Insadong. No.
Yes, it's in like the Marlborough complex, close to the mall.
Is it new?
No, it's been there for forever. It's a Korean barbecue place. And I went there recently with a couple of my buddies. It's so good. But there was a tragedy.
Uh-oh. Dramatic slurp.
Dramatic slurp.
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
The tension has risen. Nice.
I was trying to do the dramatic dun 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 sound effect with
slurps. Nice. Yes, let me tell you the tale of woe.
the tale of woe.
Yes. So, me and my pals, two of them, we had planned to go to Insadong. They were both on reading week, and I had a day off. So we're like, let's go get some food. And I was like, how about Insadong? It's been a while since I had some Korean barbecue. And they're like, okay, let's go. They both love Insadong as well. That's the name of the place, by the way.
Yeah.
So we get there and we order. We get the all-you-can-eat. It's like $30 for an all-you-can-eat thing, and you could just order so much food.
Yeah.
I easily ate more than $30 worth of food because it's like really good cuts of meat, and you'd like. So, have you ever had Korean barbecue?
I don't no.
Okay, so at your table, there's a grill like in the middle of the table, and you grill your own food. You can get the employees to do it for you, but I recommend doing it yourself. It's a totally cool experience.
Nice.
So Ben took charge of the meat flipping, and we were cooking up some rib, and cooking up some like pork belly, and some what they call bulgogi. I don't know if I'm saying that entirely correctly. It's like a thin meat. I don't know exactly how to describe it. Almost shredded, but not quite.
Is it like chewy?
It melts in your mouth. It's all of it did. It's like top quality meats. It was so wonderful. And they had kimchi, and they brought out this slaw that like went perfectly with the meat. Really, really good. It's so good every time I go. And part of what you get with all this all-you-can-eat stuff is a bowl of ice cream at the end.
Nice.
Now listen, ice cream for me is very mood dependent. And very rarely do I get in the mood to have ice cream. But today, I was in the mood to have ice cream.
Yes.
I was because I read the menu and it said bowl of ice cream, and I was like, yes, I'm actually excited for ice cream. And so we finish, and we're like, can we get some ice cream? And he was like, oh yeah, sure. And the waiter, he goes and gets the ice cream. Now, we were having so much fun, I didn't realize that he didn't ask us which flavors we wanted.
Okay.
We were laughing, we were having a good time, and then he brings the ice cream. And it's 3 bowls of chocolate ice cream. I do not like chocolate ice cream. Man, I was so sad. Like, so legitimately upset.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Like, I put my hands on my head. And I was just like I was speechless.
Oh, man.
Because now, that's 2 tragedies at least. One, it's chocolate ice cream, which I don't like. And also, my ice cream mood is gone. Because my buddies, they're like, well, you can just ask for a new one. And I was like, no. Because I know that if he brings the right one now, I'm not going to be in an ice cream mood. And I'm not going to eat it anyway. That moment had passed.
Yeah.
Oh, man. And it was the saddest. I can't understand the sinking feeling that I felt. I felt like my heart like dropped. It was very tragic.
Oh, man.
Ben ate my ice cream while I pouted and was sad. Otherwise, a very good experience, but I sure wish I could have had like even some like vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was incredibly tragic.
Right now, I am holding a fry.
Yes.
It looks like a katana.
It's very sword-like.
Yeah. I just
You
dropped half.
somehow took one bite of that fry and then dropped the rest.
Yes. The grip on it wasn't very secure, okay?
How does that even happen?
So I was moving it past my mouth really fast as I bit it. And it slipped out of my hands and then fell into the basket.
Nice. He tried to... It looked like a sword, but it was meant to be a fry. Dang. Hey, what's your favorite Disney movie?
Favorite Disney movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. They just cycle
know
through
either.
over the years. For a while it was Wreck-It Ralph. I could not stop talking about Wreck-It Ralph.
A big part of your life.
And then it was Big Hero 6, and then it was Zootopia, and then it just... I'm not sure I have a favorite yet.
I also don't have a favorite.
But Disney Plus is out, so
Yes.
we can find out now.
Yeah, that was my segue. Yeah, Disney Plus has come out, and I've already purchased a subscription to it.
Right.
Uh,
I heard that the server crashed within the first few minutes of launch because everyone was on it.
I waited for like a day after it came out. It's good to go now. I haven't had problems with it. I'm impressed, actually. I'm incredibly impressed by Disney. They have a right out of the gate. They have a huge selection. With only more is going to be added, of course. And it's also incredibly affordable for what. See, Disney is a big old corporate butthole. They will take your money so fast.
And they end up with more money than they need, so they blow it all on fireworks every night.
Exactly. Like I look at Disney World and Disneyland and just the huge amount of cash that they just like swipe from people because things are overpriced.
And all the money that goes into making the place.
Exactly.
Is one thing that really impresses me about Disney World. Like you look at someone had to design this fence, this gate. Someone had to pay for all these trees to be here. It's just, where do you get the funding?
They have to charge incredible amounts of money for it.
Yeah.
But Disney Plus, I think it's like $8
a month?
Yeah. That's not bad.
Sign me up, brother.
Like that's a good price and it's so much Disney.
Yeah.
So I've been watching a lot of Disney lately. It's I was very impressed.
But I heard that that George tampered with A New Hope one last time.
No, I watched A New Hope like the other night, and it looked fine to me.
I don't know. I heard that he had altered the Han shot first scene. Was that any different?
No.
Oh.
It was correct.
I don't know. That version is out there somewhere though. Apparently they added like one extra shot in between "Yes, I'll Bet You Have" and the shots fired. Just one shot of Greedo, just to shorten the time, I guess. So, if it was me, I would have just cut away to someone at the bar in the back. He's like taking a sip, and then he hears the blaster fire, and then just whizzes, looks behind him, and then Greedo falls down the table. That way, either one could have shot
Greedo
first.
on the table.
Greedo on the table. That way, either one would have shot first, and everyone would have been happy.
Fair enough. I don't even know why that's such a big deal.
Like the saga still ends the same. The Death Star still blows up. The Emperor still dies.
Spoiler alert.
Wait, has the Emperor died yet? Because he's coming back in 9.
Dun dun dun. I am excited for episode 9.
Even if it's bad or good, I don't care.
Exactly. I will be there purely for fan service.
I did not hate episode 1 or episode 2 when I was a kid, but I don't know. Watching them now, I can see.
I understand why people don't like them, but I personally still like them just because I'm a huge fan.
Because I don't care if it's bad or good. I love every Star Wars movie because it's dadgum Star Wars.
Exactly.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Disney Plus, super awesome. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Okay. So, on Halloween, I think
yes.
this was on Halloween. I worked on Halloween.
Right. As did I.
So, I was filling out customers' gas, and I think it ended on the thing clicked off at I think something and 13 cents. I thought, uh-oh, that's a bad sign because Halloween. So I just topped it off, and then it got me thinking, what unlucky numbers are there?
What are some unlucky numbers?
Like, how many unlucky numbers are there? What are they? And also, there are no unlucky fractions, no unlucky decimals.
They're neat. Where's the love for my unlucky fractions?
Yeah.
Unlucky fractions.
I can understand why the unlucky fractions didn't, because nobody thought about fractions while in the Dark Ages when superstition was still
It sounds like a band name. The Unlucky Fractions. How many unlucky? I know, like Friday the 13th is always like a spooky time.
Which we're getting this Christmas, this December.
Yes, December will be a Friday the 13th, which will be cool. I mean, personally, I don't believe in that stuff, like the superstition and the unluckiness of things, but I know a lot of people do.
Okay, other unlucky numbers. 4.
4? What's so unlucky about the number 4?
In China, the pronunciation of the word for the number 4 is similar to that of the Chinese word for death.
Huh.
Okay. 9. Just as the number 4 has a bad luck sound like in Chinese, 9 is feared in Japan because it sounds similar to the Japanese word for torture or suffering. I'm getting this from National Geographic. 17. Because rearranging the Roman numeral XVII can create the word VIXI, translated from Latin to mean "my life is over."
Huh.
There's also 39, the classic 666. There's also this pictogram that also says 8, 312, 23, 33, 14.
I don't know. There's a bunch of numbers on there.
And none of them are fractions.
None of them are fractions. That's right. You're right. Fractions do not get the attention they deserve.
Yeah. And there are no unlucky irrational numbers.
If you had to make a unlucky fraction, what would it be?
If I had to, 6/13.
6/13.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just because I had to come up with something quick.
I was going to say like 36/92 or something.
Very specific. All right. So, another time, I was walking home from work, and I think I was walking to the store, and I smelt someone vaping, or I saw someone vaping, but I smelt maple syrup.
Huh.
So my question is there a vape flavor of maple syrup?
Oh, yeah. You can...
Vape flavors, like, you can get anything almost now. It's so easy to just, like, make whatever flavor you want. Although, I don't vape.
Yeah, neither do I.
But I can't imagine that a maple vapor would taste good. I don't know. In my mind, that just doesn't sound amazing. I don't know. Don't vape, guys. It's
Yeah.
Kids have been put into hospitals for, like, collapsed lungs.
Also, don't do it in your car. The smoke is thick as this milkshake. Sorry, I hit the pause button
Yeah.
by accident.
We'll figure that out. Anyway, yeah.
The smoke is very thick, and it's gonna pile up in your car very, very fast, and it'll just look like a 20s nightclub in there.
I see guys driving down the highway with just, like, vapor just in their car, just, like, billowing out, and that seems like distracted driving to me, like, because you don't drive, but driving through fog is not fun. So when the fog is in your car, that I don't know.
That's the worst.
Doesn't sound amazing. Don't vape and drive. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but be safe.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Be safe.
I've also thought about video games that we can play on the channel. Some of them. I was talking with Caleb earlier, and I figured, in honor of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie, that we play Sonic 06, just for funsies.
We definitely should.
For those of you who don't know, Sonic 06 is very badly put together.
Worst game. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I've never personally played 06. Sonic 06, that is. But I'd be down to try.
Yeah. See if we can actually beat a level. If the glitches are as bad as I'm told.
We'll see. Yeah, but we should play a bunch of the Sonic games. Some of them are pretty good.
We should also play Everspace.
Yes. I love me some Everspace.
Yes.
Everspace is very good. There's a really great story to it as well. Yeah, we'll play some Everspace.
Also,
speaking of video games, we went to the Super Smash Cafe recently.
yes, expect a vlog of that coming up soon.
Yes. It's a very poorly put together vlog, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We only had the one camera, so
Yeah.
you can't actually see the footage of the games we're playing.
Yeah. Also, I don't even know if any of the audio is going to be recognizable, but
I got a collection of Mario sounds, so I'll put those in there.
okay,
if
fair
need
enough.
be.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Affordable as well.
Yeah.
Good coffee. Pretty great place. It's on 16th.
Just opposite of Sate.
Yeah. You have to actually go past Peter's to get there, which is also on 16th.
Yes.
There's a lot of cool things on 16th.
Including Phoenix Comics, which we haven't been yet.
I love Phoenix Comics. It's really cool in there. We'll go sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to do in our city, man.
Yeah. I've heard of a couple of VR arcades, but
Yeah.
I've never done VR before, but I really want to try it.
I've done like the Google Cardboard, which it was pretty cool still, but I haven't done like a full like Vibe or Oculus kind of thing. So that would be, I would also be incredibly interested to try that.
Yeah.
Do you think VR is the future of video games?
Maybe. It might be. I want to see if there's a game out there that can integrate 8-bit graphics into VR.
I feel like that would just destroy your eyes. And also,
It's like
Maybe.
8-bit characters in like a 3D environment. That'd be pretty interesting. Because everyone's leaning toward pixel art these days.
it's true. It's quite big right now. Maybe.
Also, speaking of pixel art, there is a pixel art game that is coming right now, coming out soon, called The Last Night.
The Last Night.
It's a cyberpunk game, and it looks like an experimental Disney short, but it's 8-bit graphics. It looks really, really cool. I'm just pulling up pictures for you to see.
This is that cyberpunk game you were talking about?
Yep.
Looks kind of epic, bro. Looks kind of epic, man. Not
This is
gonna
how
lie.
I would have rendered Ready Player One if it was me.
Yeah. It has a very cool art style.
Very retro.
Very retro.
Retro. Very retro. Anyway,
Nice.
so
Yeah, we got games to play and all that.
I'm recommending One Finger Death Punch. I almost said One Punch Man, but
One Finger Death Punch.
it's a game you control with only the left and right mouse buttons.
One Death Finger Punch.
One Finger Death Punch.
Yes. Num.
Looks very fun.
Cuphead has been on my mind a lot. We definitely
Yeah.
need to play that one. That
The
one's also.
cup.
Yes. Head of cup.
Head of
Cup
cup.
is head. Blink. Sprung der door.
Cup with his head.
Off with his head. End my life. And by his head, I mean my own.
Yeah.
See that red word? How do you say it?
Ketchup.
Correct. Some people say ketchup or
Ketchup.
catsup.
Catsup was originally the original term.
Yeah, well, it sucks. Ketchup is where it's at, with a K and an E and a chup.
K-E-T chup.
Yeah. Yeah. That was amazing to watch.
Just dropped my lightsaber.
You flung your lightsaber. It done fell on the floor.
I would like to try to mod this. This is a classic flick open lightsaber.
Seth's a Jedi, by the way.
Yeah, this blade is rather short, and the taper is a bit much. So I'm thinking I want to try modding it so that it just has a removable PVC pipe blade. It can be any length, any color. Because I can't recolor this.
I mean, you can. PVC is heavy, though.
Yeah. So I might consider like a wooden dowel instead.
Yeah.
Except I don't know if they sell wooden dowels in the length that I require.
You might have to cut it down to size.
No, I mean that's fit, but the ones I found are a bit short.
I think you can get, like, pretty long wooden dowels.
Thinking like Lowe's or something.
You need to hit up a hardware store, my dude. I have my phone here now. I thought I had written something down, so let's just see.
This is very hard to do. I'm trying.
Don't hit me in the face with
I'm trying to ignite it backwards.
shrimp.
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 Oh, shrimp. What is shrimp?
Shrimp. So, I've discovered a fun thing to do in your free time, which is to take ordinary words like, lamp.
Lamp.
Lamp. But replace the vowels.
With limp.
Lump.
Lump.
Limp.
Limp. You get some pre-existing words though.
It's true.
Try
Clack.
burger.
Borger. Borgare.
Beer gear.
Beer gear.
That's gear that you get for beer.
Bargar. Bugger.
Radio.
Radio's hard because there's like 3 vowels in it at least. Clack.
Clack.
Cleek. What time is it on the cleek?
Tick tack, tick tack, tick tack.
Talk teak. Teak tuck.
Let's record this on TikTok.
TikTok.
We do not have TikTok.
Nope, we don't. And nor shall I ever.
We gotta wait for Vine to return.
Listen, but here's the thing. TikTok basically is Vine too.
Too close.
TikTok isn't even that bad sometimes.
It's not the same.
No, it's not the same. It was interesting watching people try to force comedy into 6 seconds and then being amazed when it worked.
Yeah.
Because was it 6 or 7 seconds?
I think 6 seconds.
6 seconds is not a long time. The amount of comedy people were able to fit in that 6-second time span, pretty incredible, not gonna lie.
There's a lot of hashtag relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays it would be hashtag mood.
Hashtag that's a mood.
Up until this morning, I didn't know what a mood was.
You've never been in a mood before?
No, I mean in that context. That's a mood.
That's a mood. I love saying
Apparently
that.
that means same.
Yeah. Or like, if you saw a picture of like a really grumpy, I almost said a grumpy stump, but yeah, okay, if you saw a picture of a grumpy looking stump, like you could take a picture of it and be like, it's a mood. I feel that stump right now.
Yeah.
Like if you were grumpy as well or something.
It'd be a bad mood.
Still a mood though. A mood is a mood.
No matter how smooth. Sorry, I tried to force Dr. Seuss humor in there. That didn't work at all.
Well, you did your best. Yeah. That's a mood. I love that. Gen Z speak is quite interesting to me. I think it's amazing how efficient it is.
As long as you know.
Oh,
what all the
if
terms
you
mean.
know, like if both parties are aware of the lingo, it's like a whole nother language almost.
Yeah.
Like these kids nowadays can like say like one sentence and have a whole conversation. And I understand how that would be confusing for parents and older folks looking at these kids and being like,
What are
"What's
you
a
saying?"
yeet?" But I don't know. I think about that sometimes, and I'm like,
Hold on.
the kids have created a new language almost. It's incredible.
Leslie recounts a time when she was trying to describe yeet to our mom. And I think her analogy was, you know how when you throw a ball you say Kobe,
Yes.
which of course you didn't get. My definition of yeet is yoink, but in the opposite direction.
Yoink, but in the opposite direction.
Yeah, because yoink is to take, and yeet is to throw.
See how this is my definition of yeet. I equate it more to like if I'm lifting a heavy box and I'm like and I do that thing. Everyone does that.
It's the effort grunt.
Yes. And when effort is put into something, that is when a yeet is deserved. Like if I throw an empty can down a hallway. Yeet! I make that sound as I'm throwing it. It's emphasizing the action.
Like you could replace every Buzz Lightyear.
Could you imagine? That'd be awesome.
I think that was that a good impression of the?
That was pretty good.
Just replace that with a yeet, and then you're golden.
Golden. Stay golden, pony boy. Did you ever read The Outsiders?
The Outsiders.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's not that good, so
Okay.
I'm not even
I don't
gonna
read
talk
a lot of
about it.
novels.
Fair enough. We were forced to read it in grade 9, so Well, I shouldn't say it was horrible. It was all right. But
We had to read Holes in grade 5.
Holes was actually pretty good, though.
I read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Movie was...
Book was... But the movie was...
Yeah, it aged well.
I really like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
The effects are still really good in most places.
Well, a lot of it is practical, too, which I appreciate.
Also, but there are a couple of things where it falls apart. Like the scene where they've just gotten out of the river and everything's thawing out.
Right.
There are icebergs composited into the river, and you can definitely tell. It's just like this
Like an
feathery
image.
shape of white, just like
When
bobbing
did
down
that
the
movie
river.
come out? Like,
2005, same year as Revenge of the Sith.
see, but Revenge of the Sith had really good visual effects.
Yeah, they're fairly good.
Interesting. Bigger budget, I guess.
Yeah. And in the prequels, there was only one time where they actually used glowing lightsabers, and that was when Dooku and Anakin were both dueling with their lightsabers. There was in the dark, and they had light in there, so they just had like they might have strapped lights onto their lightsabers, but there was only that one time.
The rest of it was all fake.
All aluminum beams, or steel, or
Noise.
dang watch.
Dang watch! Always beeping!
But also, Revenge of the Sith produced one of the funniest gifs of all time, which is Anakin and Obi-Wan
Swinging swords.
and not even hitting each other, just standing there flourishing.
It loops so perfectly, too.
Yeah, there was a lot of stupid stuff in the prequels, but I love
Could you imagine filming that? Well, if you were Ewan or Hayden, just like, okay, now you just got to spin your lightsabers in the air. Don't try to hit each other. Oh
Oh, but isn't the point? No, I need you to like just.
no, flashiness. Yeah, but this won't flashiness.
It will be a meme. What's a meme? I've been to the future.
Future. Oh man, could you go back and it would be fun to go back in time and like predict, like be able to tell people how things will turn out. Like if you went back in time to like 1930 something when the Terry Toons Three Little Bears was released, and you saw that for the first time and you told the production designers, this is going to be a meme one day. They look at you like, what are you talking about?
Meme.
It would be so fun to just be in the theater on the first, and then just watch. Somebody touch my spaghetti, knowing it's gonna be a meme.
touch my spaghetti. Somebody is in this house. You sleep in the bed. You eat the food. You break the chair.
You break in the chair. You sleep in the bed. Wait, hang on. How's
I
it?
forgot. I think it's.
Hold on.
You eat the food. You sleep in the bed. You break in the chair.
Hold on. It's
I think that is that not how it goes.
you break in the house. You eat the spaghetti. You break in the chair and you sleep in the bed. Go back into your house.
I love that.
Man, that entire short was very weird. There's one moment where a hunter comes in and you imagine that they hand over their bear skins, so they take off their fur and they just have like sleepers underneath.
It's so strange. Old 30s cartoons are some of the weirdest, most wonderful things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love me some old-fashioned cartoons.
I remember there was this was back in school. We had to do a study on the Animal Farm, which was I think a 50s one.
Yeah, I think it came.
And something about 50s animation that took place during that time is just never sat well with me.
It's oddly creepy, but I don't know what is creepy about it.
It might be the situations, or I don't know.
Well, there's Animal Farm is very political
Yeah.
as well.
This is done during the Cold War.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Noise.
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 Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pencil.
Pencil.
Ponsel? Ponsal? Ponkel?
Lost it in there. Oh, fine.
What?
An iPhone.
Oh, fine. Oh, fine.
Oh, that's just fine.
That's fine. Do whatever you want. I had something planned for Spooktober. We did not get around to it. I was hoping we would have recorded a podcast before Halloween, but it didn't happen. My plan was to... I asked Leslie, and then I would want to ask you, what the grossest thing you've ever witnessed
Grossest
was.
thing I've ever witnessed, like in person or on video?
In person.
I gotta send my brain back.
Well, I'll tell you Leslie's here. Apparently, Leslie, as you know, works or has worked before at a leisure center as a lifeguard and a swimming instructor. And she recounts the time that she once saw a kid break his arm on the diving board.
Oh!
Yeah, apparently it was so bad that you could see like the bone imprint like through the skin. That would be pretty gross.
Cringe.
Yeah. That was pretty
Return of the Squinch.
Return of the Squinch. I'm the squinchiest boy.
Grossest thing I ever witnessed.
Grossest and or scariest thing you've ever witnessed. That you feel comfortable sharing, of course.
I know there are those videos of you squash the spider, but it just turns into 1,000 more.
That's gross.
But I haven't seen that in the flesh. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
The one I'm thinking... I do pretty good around bugs and stuff. Like, if there's a bug on the floor, I can take care of it or put it back outside. I'm a avid bug saver. I don't like to kill bugs unless I absolutely have to.
Unless it's wasps.
See, even wasps, I'll leave them alone.
I don't know. When we were walking home from Infinity War,
Yeah, I did. I killed a
just
wasp.
passed by the wasp, and you're like, hold on. And
I just did.
crushed it.
I did. I
Like,
did
had
kill
your
that
arms
wasp.
up in the air, just
But most of the time, though, I
you
will.
said you had a grudge.
That poor wasp probably hurt me. Anyway, yeah. But most of the time, like, a bug's not going to do any harm. So, like, if I see a stranded worm or something, I'll save it. Or if there's a spider in, let's say, your bathroom, I'll remove it without a problem. Usually, this one time I was still living at home, and I was just was going number 2, and this spider. There was a big spider problem in my bathroom, and the spider came crawling. Nothing unusual, but it was a little bit larger than I was used to seeing. So I was like, "Oh, that's a big spider, especially for Canada." So
Yeah.
I mean, on a scale of spiders, it wasn't that big, but for Canada, like, it was a pretty big spider. So I grabbed the tissue, and I put my hand over it, and I squeeze really hard. I want to kill it.
That's what you always do.
That's what I did this time, and I squeezed it pretty good. I was just gonna throw it out, but curiosity got the better of me, and I went like this with the tissue, and the spider came crawling out in between the cracks.
Oh,
And I threw the paper towel, and I was like, nope.
oh
I
no!
never get squeamish like that, but that one time, it came back from the dead. I was like, nope. It was gross. Yeah, that was not good.
It can be fun to suck them up with a vacuum cleaner. It's like
Don't you
yoink.
think a poor spider just like
Like,
sucked right into the eye of the storm?
Oh man.
Yeah, that's I don't usually get squeamish like that. That one time though. I guess I can still be grossed out. Yeah, that was my plan for Spooktober.
Yeah.
But now they're just stories. Yeah. Let's see. What else I got?
Right.
All right. This story is called Nessie's Cry. So I drive now. It took me way too long to get my license, but I finally got it, and I drive a little Toyota Corolla. At the time of this story takes place, it did not. I like to name my vehicles, but I did not have a name for my vehicle yet. But it was winter. It was like February, I think, of this year. And I was driving home from work one night, and it was late. Like I got out of work at real late. By the time I got home, it was like 1 a.m, kind of thing. Like it was real late. Everyone was sleeping. The roads were bad, and there was ice everywhere. But it was kind of warm that day, so the ice is now slush. But it's now cooled off enough that it's shiny now.
Yeah.
It's frozen slush. So I'm driving home, and where I park at my apartment complex, you have to go down a hill into like a dip.
Yeah.
And when it rains, the drain does not work. Like it fills with water.
Yeah.
Like really, there's a lot of water. It's deep, like at least almost up to your knee at like the deepest point. It's pretty deep. And this also happens in the winter. If that little bowl that you park in fills with snow and then it like melts, a lake forms. Now, I failed to remember about the lake. Not just because I forgot, but also as I was driving down the alley to where I needed to park, I looked down as I was driving to where I needed to park and saw that my space was actually pretty clear. Did not realize that.
It's past to it.
Well, it looked like a sheet of ice. So it was late. I was tired from work. I thought I would just drive right through into my parking spot and it would all be good. It did not go that way. So I drive down down the little hill and onto the ice, and everything is going smoothly, and then I hear a crunch and my car sinks. And it like drops a good ways. And I freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
And I let go of everything, and my car stalls. It's like and it just dies, and I'm there. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh crap. For some reason I'm panicking.
Yeah.
I am very panicked. I'm like, I'm panicked because it felt way deeper than it was.
Yeah.
It was not actually that deep, but I felt like I had just driven into a lake.
Yeah.
My car
Like how
stalled.
deep was it?
Oh, like this deep?
so-
Not deep.
Like halfway up the wheel.
Yeah, not that deep. Car was fine, but the drop is what shocked me because the ice it broke and there was a drop. Freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I start my car, and it turns over. But in my panic, my foot was all the way on the gas. So now, my car is standard, so it was in neutral. It has to be in neutral when you turn it over. And my engine roared, and it went all the way to the red, so fast. And the car starts. It's like so loud. It's so loud that I freak out again and stall my car. I just let go of everything, and it stalls again. And I'm shocked for a second. I was like, because it was loud for me inside of my car. And I know that there's people sleeping, that I probably just woke up. And I just start laughing. Because it's funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, what in the world? So I restart my car again. And I don't have my foot on the gas this time. And I drive out slowly, and I park on the little hill instead. Instead of my parking spot. That was about it, but man, was it loud. And I decided to call my car Nessie after that. I like to tell people I drove into a lake one time.
Yeah. Drive into the river, Bob.
Yeah, I like that one.
All right. Now, my story involves not just one person, but two people with cars. I call this story the car wash kerfuffle.
Car wash kerfuffle.
Oh, man. So,
All right, you got my interest.
So at my place of work, we are right next to a large parking space, and so at the in the corner of that lot, there is the gas station, and then directly east of us we have a car wash, and north, the parking space is north. We're on the south.
You're on the south end of the parking lot.
Yeah, the southwest corner of the parking lot.
Yeah.
And usually when we get usually during the night hours, when there's very few people parked there, usually towards like 9 onward, we usually see some kids, some young adults drifting in the parking lot. But that is not what happened here. This one took place in broad daylight with two men who got into a very heated disagreement about I don't know what. So I had two coworkers out that day, and so we noticed that these two guys are arguing. Mm-hmm. It is very loudly. They're like right up in each other's faces. Like, if you guys don't know that Vine where the two guys are just like right in each other's faces.
They're just going
Except
hard on each other.
It's slightly discernible language with a lot of F-bombs. And
very heated argument.
And it if you had seen it, then you wouldn't have known that it was going to get ugly any minute. So all three of us are just watching, and we're just like one of the coworkers said, "Oh, I wonder who's gonna win." But who's gonna bet on who wins? So both of them get in their cars. So they agreed is like let's do it. And so they get in their cars. While they like stood at the doors of their cars, and then like 30 seconds of yelling later, they go and they drive off. I thought that they were going to start a game of chicken. But they didn't. They just drove over to the car wash and carried on the argument. So time passes on, and like we got some other customers watching, and then eventually I look over. These guys are wrestling.
What?
Next to the car wash. And so I go inside and I tell my supervisor, I think these are the exact words, There appears to be a duel happening at the car wash.
That's amazing. Excuse me, sir. There appears to be a duel.
So, apparently, several co-op employees at the actual store interfered. Apparently, an old lady also interfered, just broke them up. But
Nice.
nobody got hurt.
Brave old lady.
but man, and yeah, that was pretty much it. That I think that happened in the same week as the Bear Mace incident.
Nice. That's also
So,
wild.
moral of the story is, keep your head.
Keep your head. Mm-hmm. It's a good one. Oh, I did not give a moral for my story. If I had to give a moral for my story, it's don't play on thin ice.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I got.
because it can go down, literally.
Things go down, and the ice is not thick.
When you break the ice, things go down.
Yep.
So don't break the silence. So,
Thanks for sticking around for one more of these
Yep.
shows.
episode 7, 3 more until 10.
3 more till 10, yeah. Maybe we'll do a little something special for 10.
Mm-hmm. Get a cake.
Do you think we could get 10 like by Christmas time?
By
Maybe.
Christmas? But we have about a month and a half till Christmas.
We could pump out 3 more episodes by then. No promises, but let's try to do a episode 10 Christmas special.
We will do... my idea is that we do like Chubby Bunny, but with 10 donuts. I don't know. Do something with 10 donuts. Just record an extra long episode with while we're eating a box of 10 donuts.
Yeah. Let us, like, if you guys got ideas for Christmas special, let us know. We'll definitely read your comments and we'll definitely read your comments.
All right.
Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, only if you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to subscribe, but I mean,
We don't have a schedule anyway, so...
fair enough. Although I would say it would be worth a subscription.
Mm-hmm.
It's also free, so
Yeah.
that's
It's free.
it's free to listen.
Also, turn that bell on.
Turn that bell on, yeah. So you know when we're posting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for now.
All right. See ya.
See ya.